these drivers, this could well be the biggest race in history. New records are set each year, and future races will probably be driven even faster. This race is run at a slower speed. The competition is still there, and the results are just as exciting. Here's a big race that no one wants to lose. Everyone's trying for the lead, but there will be only one winner. A big race went on here, too. There was a lot at stake. The challenge was terrific. The payoff will be a successful harvest. This was a race with the weather. A well-run race begins with a good start. If a crop is put in on time, the benefits of the best rains of the season can be realized. As a crop grows, as it matures, or when it's ready for harvest, then it will be determined how well this race was run. Are you equipped to take advantage of ideal weather conditions? Insufficient power can keep you from getting your crops planted on time and can cause you to spend endless days in the field during the hottest part of the season and still result in your crop not maturing before the start of the winter snows. It takes timeliness to win the race with the weather. There is an ideal time to plow, disc, or plant. Your timeliness can best be measured by the result at harvest. The right choice of power, which will perform with the best efficiency for your operation, gives you a good start in the big race. This power must be matched with the right tillage equipment. It must be matched with the proper equipment for seedbed preparation. The tractor, matched to the right size plow, and teamed with a top capacity disc, can help assure that the grain gets in or the planting is done at the most favorable time. This grower missed the ideal planting conditions by not having his fields ready. He may not lose the race, but he won't finish in the top money. When the soil temperature is right and there is sufficient moisture, your crop will get off to a good start if your fields are ready at the right time. How much horsepower do you have? Or is insufficient power one of the reasons you're not finishing the race in the top money? Are you using your horsepower properly? Or are you wasting it on improperly matched equipment? Your chances of being in the lead will be governed by your choice of equipment. It wasn't very long ago when this was all the driver had to look at. There's no tale with this view, only facts. And it represents many more horses than that view of yesterday. Along with increased power, operator conveniences have come a long way. The seats can be positioned for just the ride or comfort the operator desires, and all the controls are within easy reach. The right tractor power is available today for any size farm or type of operation. What size tractor should you have? 35 horsepower in a one-row? Or a two-row size? 48? 54? 75 horsepower? Or over 100 horsepower? That will be for you alone to decide. Here are a few facts to think of, however. With a constant speed of 3.5 miles per hour, a 35 horsepower tractor pulling two 16-inch bottoms covers an acre per hour. Stepping up to 45 horsepower using three 16-inch bottoms, you can do the same work in 40 minutes. Having sufficient power to pull four 16s at this speed, the time is reduced to 30 minutes. While a 75 horsepower tractor pulling a 5 16-inch plow does it in 24 minutes. Big power is recognized if you're using a 7 16-inch plow to turn an acre every 17 minutes. Somewhere in this wide range of available power is the tractor that will help you get your crops in at the ideal time for top harvest yields. Now, horsepower alone is only part of the story in farm power. How it is applied is more important. The application of power in this tractor was tops in its day. But when you stopped and changed gears, it was hard to get started again. Tractors of this era often seem to get smaller when the going got tough. Today, modern engineering lets this D-Series tractor grow bigger when the same conditions are encountered. Pulling the hand clutch back increases its pull power by 42%. It lets you get through those tough spots with ease, or matches ground speed to fit harvesting conditions while providing continuous running live power takeoff through 8 forward speeds. Tilling the soil is one of the first operations required at the start of each new season. This tractor develops 35 horsepower from its high torque engine and set new fuel economy records in its recent official test. It will develop high torque even at low engine RPM. A live hydraulic system with a 2-spool valve provides fingertip implement control. The economical performance of this tractor makes it an ideal cost cutter on any job where 35 horsepower is the requirement. Where more capacity is needed, the D15 tractor with 48 9/10 horsepower has what it takes for efficient farming. It can handle coil shank field cultivators with ease for summer fallow work, stubble mulching, or in fall plowed land before planting. Using chisel plows, which require an average of 3 to 5 horsepower per shank, the D15 walks right along. A tractor of this size can be the busiest one on the farm. It has power for the required field work and convenience with ease of handling for year-round application on any sized farm. Where 4 plow power is needed, this unit will turn the world over at the rate of an acre every 30 minutes. Its 55 horsepower gives you a new feel of power and ease of handling. The hand clutch really makes this D17 grow big when the going gets tough. It has the capacity to disc an acre every 8 minutes, so you can keep ahead of your planting and seeding operation to help win the race on larger acreage. If you need still greater capacity, this 5-plow tractor will offer more earning power. The D19 has 75 horsepower at the power takeoff and over 7,500 pounds of weight. It has the capacity to plow over 25 acres a day. With a 20-foot disc, you can cover up to 85 acres. And with 6 or 8 row equipment, you could cover up to 125 acres in a day. The giant of the tractor lineup, the D21, with its more than 100 drawbar horsepower, answers the challenge of large acreage. It will do things for you in a big way, such as plowing 30 to 45 acres in a day. With large wing chisel plows, it gives you the capacity to operate at the rate of 10 acres per hour. These chisel plows have a rugged, all-welded box frame. Heavy 4-inch square members are spaced 28 inches apart to provide exceptional trash clearance and give you a shank every foot of working width. This implement capacity gives you the greatest utilization of your horsepower. Horsepower is the prime factor in your farming operation, but there are other timely factors to consider. You are losing part of your capacity to produce if you have to take a lot of time to get ready. For instance, in hooking onto tillage tools, wheels have to be properly spaced. If you had a 55 horsepower tractor and could save an hour's time by modern engineering, you will increase your plowing capacity by 2 acres. Front wheel spacing is just as important. This too is changed by engine power. Extra traction is yours for the asking, right at your fingertips. Once a D-Series tractor is properly weighted for the normal loads to be handled in tillage work, part of the implement and soil weight can be transferred to the tractor as needed to get you through those extreme conditions in the field. It's the same as getting added weight free anytime you need it. Mounted tools offer convenience and ease of handling to get your work done more efficiently. Snap coupler hitch gets you started in record time. Extra convenience allows for faster hookup of larger 3-point hitch tools, with the retractable lower lift links to make it easy. Now that you're all set to go to the field, you should strive for turnover capacity. Fuel expense affects your profits. Don't waste it. You can lower your fuel requirements by matching your implement to the horsepower available. A leading university test revealed that as speed increased while plowing, draft load also increased on each bottom. If you bought a 5 to 6 plow tractor, but kept your old 3-bottom plow and traveled at 5 miles per hour, the draft load on each bottom would be 575 pounds. By using a larger plow and going slower, the draft load in this same condition could be reduced to only 450 pounds per bottom for lower fuel requirements. Plowing at too high a speed not only uses more fuel, but can cause more wear and increased chances of breakage. A quality job of plowing at moderate speeds will help you win the race. But to do this, it takes quality equipment. The quality of a plow in any size begins with its construction. Big section beams are heat-treated and oil-quenched by experienced craftsmen who know how to temper a beam to stand up under tremendous shock loads. They earn this mark of quality. The frame members are assembled in jigs and tightened in true alignment to assure top performance season after season. Each bottom is individually polished so that it will readily take a land polish. Field tests are continually carried out to prove that quality is maintained to meet the highest standards. Draft loads are measured and shock loads are recorded while the plow is subjected to the roughest of conditions. When the plow passes all these tests, then and only then is it ready to compete in the big race. These plows are designed for efficiency and long life, to give you an acre of plowing for an acre of time. They have capacity to handle heavy trash with ease through the high vertical clearance. Which is coupled with 22½ inches of beam-to-bottom clearance to assure you of more non-stop plowing. There is a choice of shear bolt stub beams for lower first cost or heavy-duty spring trips for maximum protection from rocks or hidden obstacles. Watch it in action as a rock is encountered. Just back up, latch, and go. You can match your horsepower to perfection with this new 9000 series plow. Its heavy backbone can be tailor-made to match your needs by adding extra beams and bottoms. There's a choice of 6 different types of bottoms with various covering equipment for just the action you want. These bottoms are equipped with low-cost replaceable plowshares that have heavy-duty reinforced gunnels. The new heavy-duty coulter shanks offer extra protection against obstructions, and they're protected from overload by shear bolts. The ground-geared serrated coulter blades will cut through the toughest trash for more actual plowing time. A steerable tail wheel is engineered into the larger size plows to provide better control and shorter headlands. The ease of handling this plow with 6 bottoms is yours with spool valve convenience and hydraulic action. The spinner plow is easily raised and rotated to throw all the furrow slices in the same direction. Irrigated or sloping land where conservation practices are followed provide a natural home for this unit. The tillage operation takes on a different look, using listers with this rugged 4.5 by 8-inch toolbar. Straight rows and uniform beds will help win the race wherever listing or bedding is the accepted practice. Tilling the soil is one of the most expensive operations required at the start of each new season. In average soils, it requires the lifting, turning, and moving in each acre of approximately 100 tons of soil for each inch of plowing depth. No matter what the size of your operation is, small, medium, or large, there is horsepower available to meet your needs. The tool you match to your tractor for tilling the soil will be a big factor on how you start the race. The closer you get to the ideal planting conditions, the more important time becomes. Your yields could be increased in many instances if you had a way to slow time down during this part of the season. If time went back too far, we end up back in the old days. Today's modern tractor will keep you in time with the season if the available power is matched to the most efficient disc size for your operation. There are many different sizes available to give you the most efficient performance from your available power. With an 8-row size, you can disc up to 135 acres per day, while with a 2-row size, you will have a capacity of 40 acres per day. Or it would take 3 times as long to cover the same acreage. Think about the time you spent in using a disc to cut last year's crop residue, or to level a field before plowing. How many times do you disc the same field? With conventional planting of crops, it's a common practice to disc once or twice before plowing, and then once immediately after spring plowing, and probably once or twice at planting time. This makes the job of a disc harrow grow in size. 100 acres of land could mean 500 acres of disking, which is a big factor that should be considered. For the farms large enough for big horsepower, squadron hitching of discs allows for cutting widths of up to 30 feet. This would let you cover up to 180 acres in a 10-hour day, which means an acre disked every 3½ minutes. It takes a well-designed disc to give you this kind of performance. This line of disc harrows features a semi-flexible frame of all bolted design to offer more protection and longer blade life. This design feature allows for more of the blades to do a job of cutting or mulching even in adverse conditions, and affords better weight distribution for an average of 50 pounds per blade. Group controls provide for easy adjustment. The disc is leveled by a spring-loaded crank. Penetration is controlled entirely through the depth crank. The leading edges of the disc blades are always set with the cutting edge parallel to the direction of travel. Here, a string represents the line of travel, and the disc blade is positioned so that its leading edge runs straight with this line of travel, just as it does in actual operation. This is the best possible angle for penetration, cutting, and mulching for a disc of this weight class. For lack of efficient design, the disc harrows of the old days were very hard to pull. Today's line of modern disc harrows roll on sealed ball bearings. Their lighter draft lets you pull a larger disc with greater economy. The design of these bearings feature the ultimate in protection. First, a sealed ball bearing is centered in a heavy steel tube for maximum protection. Then a special water-resistant grease is used to keep foreign matter from contacting the sealed bearing. And double-lip seals are used as a final protection. Until recent years, there was a missing link between tractors and large-sized tools. This link had to do with getting extra traction from tools that were too large to be fully mounted. This traction booster hitch is the missing link. As the load is applied to the tool, the hydraulic system transfers weight through the spring leaf for added traction. The amount of weight used can be transferred anytime, automatically on the go, for better tillage efficiency. Matching your horsepower to a big capacity disc with the benefits of light draft and better traction can give you a head start on the planting season. Many other tools can be used to help win the big race. you can finish a seed bed to your satisfaction. Spring tooth harrows are the ideal tools following fall plowing or summer fallow work and are used for weed or erosion control. Spike tooth harrows are available in almost any size for working up to 250 acres per day and are used as a finishing tool or for small plant cultivation. Coil tine harrows can also be used for finished seedbed work and are popular in crop thinning or small weed eradication with special long tine models for sugar beet cultivation. In the Great Plains area, the race with the weather takes on a different look, but the goal is just the same. This heavy model L harrow with its sturdy, rigid frame provides level disking across the full width of cut and may be squadron hitched for uneven ground conditions. A disc of this type is right at home in stubble mulching or chopping crop residue, in leveling a field, or preparing a seed bed. A heavy-duty adjustable hinge ties the heavy gangs together at just the proper angle for complete double disking. Hydraulic control regulates the cutting angle on the go. There are sizes available from 9 to 40½ feet. The Model K harrow is similar to the Model L, with the exception that it is equipped with transport wheels to provide for more convenience and ease of handling. There are sizes available from 6 to 13½ feet. For extreme conditions, the new Model KT has the same heavy gangs as used in the Model K, but is of tandem design. It features an average weight of up to 125 pounds per blade. This rugged tandem disc is at home anywhere that heavy soils or extreme trash conditions are encountered. Regardless of the type of tillage operation, the goal has been the same: getting the crop in on time. The seeding operation for the large wheat growers and the small grain farming is underway. The listing and bedder planting is started in time to take advantage of the warm soil temperature and the available moisture. The soil has been tilled, the beds have been formed, the cotton crop is on the way. The corn farmers are ready to go, too. It's time to plant. One-trip operation with fertilizer, insecticide, and weed control help to assure a good stand. These crops did get in on time, but will your operation be as timely? Consider your own source of power. This is where the race starts. There is a size that will put you in the winning circle. You need sufficient power to get your work done in time. You need the proper tillage tools to take advantage of your power supply. The right size plow matched to your tractor will give you a big lead. The economy of your tillage operation will be the greatest when you match plow size to tractor size properly. Preparing the seed bed becomes even more important as you get closer to the actual planting operation. How much time could you save getting your crop in if you had a larger size disc? Remember, you often go over the same field several times before planting. It has been a big race, but it's over now. The harvest has been planted. Time starts again with the beginning of each new day. Will you have half a day's work done by high noon? Or are you way behind from the start? The use of sufficient power and properly matched equipment during the entire day can help you win the big race by making every turn count.